Hello, I'm Amanda from the AFM Macaque Coalition. This International Macaque Week, we are bringing you a series of short anecdotes from macaque people all over the world, all about macaques. Stay tuned for today's episode.
My name is Lisa Jones-Engel. I am also known as the Macaquetivist. And that title came after decades of working in the biomedical industry and also having my foot in two worlds, one in the sanctuary world, working with primates, and the other in the biomedical world. And in one of those times, my team, Team Monkey, was in Thailand. And I'm not going to tell you the exact place we were in Thailand, the temple, because unfortunately, those areas are now being targeted for macaque extraction. But we were there, and we were trapping and sampling macaques, long-tailed macaques, in that spot. And we'd been working all over Southeast Asia. By that time we had trapped and sampled and released hundreds, thousands of macaques. And we were at this temple, and we set up our trap. It's a big trap. It looks like a giant Tinker Toy set. We get it baited. Lots of people and children. I think it was on the weekend. This was a very family-friendly environment. There was a man who had a cart, and he was selling snow cones. Shaved ice with colored syrup in it and little plastic cups in it. And, I think I bought my children who were with us at that time, Han and Leia, a snow cone because it just looked so good. Anyway, so the event begins. So we open the trap door. A bunch of monkeys come in. We close the trap door. There's the normal chaos of that. My husband and I quickly go and we inject and we sedate the monkeys who are in the trap. There were, a handful of adult females, a couple of juvies, none of the adult males. The adult males would rarely come in. But anyway, so the next thing you do is you go in, you open the door, and you immediately have to clean out the cheek pouches from the macaques. And cheek pouches are one of the best things about macaques. It's this perfect purse. They use it to carry their food in. They use it to basically, if it's a high value item, they'll stuff their cheek pouch full and then they'll run off. But when you are trapping them, you often put a lot of really tasty high value things in the trap to lure them in. And so they fill up their cheek pouches. And I swear I had always felt badly about emptying the monkey's cheek pouches during these procedures. It was the safest thing to do. It was absolutely a necessary veterinary step, but it made me feel bad because they had done all this work to collect this really good stuff. And I knew that later on they'd go someplace and, they were planning to enjoy it, but I had to empty the pouches. And so I brought one of the first animals out, and it was an adult female, and I'm going through and I'm emptying out her cheek pouches, and I feel something hard. I'm like, what the? And I move it, it pops right out. I sweep in there, it pops out, and it's a marble. And I thought, wow, I've never seen a monkey with a marble in her cheek pouch. But I thought, okay, this is and I remember thinking at that time, odd. And I put the marble in my pocket just because it was kind of cool. And we collected all of our samples and our measurements on this beautiful adult female, and we put her in a recovery cage to wake up. And I moved on to the next one, and that was, I don't remember the age or the sex of the animal, but everything went fine. Cleaned the cheek pouches, no problem. Move on to the next one, and then I hear Gregory say, "Lisa, I just found a marble in this monkey's cheek pouch." I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, okay, here, let me have it. He hands me the marble, and I'm like, all right. And this goes on we probably did maybe 8 or 10 monkeys that day. And I think 4 of them had marbles in their cheek pouch. One of them had 2 marbles in her cheek pouch. And I was so taken with this. And it wasn't because, it's not like a crop that they would use the marble to like grind up their food. It wasn't I didn't see any biological reason, for these marbles to be in their cheek pouches. I think they just like the marbles. They wanted to have the marbles. And these were pretty marbles. They were glass marbles. They had little designs on them. Some of them you could tell had been in their cheek pouches for a while. They were kind of worn. These were not newly found marbles. And as this had been going on, our collaborator in country, Chun, Nanti Agi Gamarangsi, I was saying to Chun, what is this? Why do monkeys have marbles? Macaques with marbles in their cheek pouches. What's going on here? And she's like, I don't know. I've never seen this either. And then I went back and I started looking around and I started seeing marbles on the ground. Not like big piles of marbles, but just like the occasional marble here or there. And it turned out that the snow cone man, in the bottom of his snow cone cup, he would place a marble for the children. So it was like a gift inside your snow cone. And clearly the macaques had encountered those because they'd been at this temple for a while. And so these girls, and it was only the girls who had the marbles in their cheek pouches. These girls must have been collecting their marbles just something that, and where are you going to put it? That was their purse. That was their pocket. That was a place that they could have this marble. And I don't know, maybe they would take them out and play with them. Maybe they would just that pleasant feeling of like, sometimes having a gumball in your mouth where you're just kind of rolling it around and just being able to manipulate it. I know that as humans, I like that, the jawbreaker that you have in there. So that's what these girls had. Now, the sad part of this story is that I had put all these marbles in my pocket, and I realized that I didn't know which marble belonged to which girl. And, as they were all waking up and recovering, I desperately wanted to be able to give them back their marble, because it was clearly they had chosen a marble that was important to them. And I had unwittingly, not only had I removed their marble, along with their trove of banana and whatnot in their cheek pouch, I had no way of giving them back their marble. I offered the marbles to the girls, and I don't even think in the end, ultimately, that they took those marbles when we opened up the recovery cages and let them go. I hope to this day that they went and found another marble that would make them happy.
Whether it's sharing a post on social media, organizing a fundraiser, or simply learning more about macaques, every little bit helps. So let's unite to raise awareness and empathy for macaques globally. International Macaque Week.